What just forced the Seattle Seahawks into an unexpected move that no one saw coming? Shocking reports suggest a sudden exit has taken place, leaving fans across the National Football League stunned and searching for answers. Some believe this decision could be part of a larger plan to reshape the roster or free up cap space, while others worry it may create a gap that won't be easy to replace.
Either way, this surprise development has instantly become one of the most talked about storylines surrounding the Seahawks right now.
Yo, what is up, Seahawks Nation? Listen, the last few days have been a lot, and I mean a lot. If you're a Hawks fan and you haven't been glued to your phone checking every roster move, every draft update, every little whisper coming out of Renton, I don't even know what to tell you because things are moving fast right now. This isn't one of those quiet off seasons where nothing really changes and everyone just shows up to camp and competes. Nah, this feels different.
This feels like a front office that came into the offseason with a plan, and now they're executing it step by step without hesitation. We just came off a draft where the team made a statement that nobody can ignore. A first-round running back. Let that sink in for a second. In today's NFL, where people debate the value of drafting running backs that early, this front office didn't blink. They went out and got their guy. And not just any guy, but someone who was already turning heads before even stepping onto the field in a real game. That kind of move tells you everything about the mindset in the building right now.
This team is not trying to patch things up. They're trying to redefine an identity, especially after losing a former star back who meant a lot to this offense.
And then, just 4 days later, boom, a veteran is gone. Not just any veteran either. We're talking about a guy with 2 Super Bowl rings. A guy who suited up for this team during a playoff push. A guy who, not that long ago, was part of something special. And just like that, released. No long goodbye, no drawn-out process, just business.
That's when it really hits you. This isn't just about adding talent. This is about reshaping the entire roster. And when that happens, it means opportunities for some, and it means doors closing for others. That's the harsh reality of the NFL, and right now, it's playing out in Seattle in real time. Because while everyone's hyped about the new faces coming in, there's another side to this story that people don't always want to talk about. Every rookie added is pressure on someone already in that locker room. Every draft pick is basically a message that says your spot is not guaranteed. And there are a few guys right now who have to be feeling that pressure more than anyone else.
Take the running back room, for example. That room went from competitive to absolutely packed overnight. You've got the new first-round pick, who is basically a lock. You've got established names already ahead in the rotation. You've got free agency additions, and then you've got guys trying to come back from injury, trying to prove they still belong. There's no easy path anymore. Every rep in camp is going to matter. Every snap is going to be evaluated.
And if you're not producing, someone else is ready to take your place. And it's not just the running backs. Look at the wide receiver situation. A young player who came in with potential, who showed flashes, who put in the work quietly, now suddenly finds himself competing against new additions who bring similar skill sets but come with fresh investment from the front office. And we all know how that usually goes. When a team drafts or trades for someone, they want to see that investment pay off. That means the margin for error gets smaller for the guys already there. Then there's the offensive line. This one might be the most telling of all. When you see a team trade up to grab a guard, especially after already having young talent at that position, that's not just about depth. That's a message. That's the front office saying, we're not fully satisfied. And if you're one of those young linemen who was expected to step up and lock down a starting job, you have to feel that. You have to know that nothing is being handed to you anymore. And honestly, this is what competition is supposed to look like. It's uncomfortable, it's intense, and yeah, it can be brutal. But it also brings out the best in players, or it exposes who isn't ready. Now let's talk about that release, because that move says a lot.
A veteran running back, only 26 years old, already been through more adversity than most players face in an entire career. 2 Achilles injuries. Think about that. Most guys struggle to come back from 1. He fought his way back twice. That alone tells you everything you need to know about his mindset and his work ethic.
He came in, didn't have a huge role, but he contributed. He showed up when called upon, he was part of the team during a meaningful stretch, and still, it wasn't enough to keep a spot once the numbers started getting tight.
And that's really what this comes down to. Numbers, depth charts, future planning. The moment that first-round pick came in, the math changed. Suddenly, there's one less spot available. Then you factor in everyone else already in that room, and it becomes clear pretty quickly that something had to give.
This move wasn't emotional. It wasn't personal. It was calculated. It was efficient. And it shows that the front office is confident in the direction they're going. They're not holding on to veterans just for the sake of experience. They're making space for what's next.
And what's next looks fast. It looks young. It looks hungry.
But let's not ignore the human side of this for a second, because behind every roster move, every cut, every on-notice situation, there are real players with real careers on the line. Guys who have spent years grinding to get to this level. Guys who have fought through injuries, setbacks, and doubt just to wear that jersey. Now they're being told, without words, that they have to prove it all over again.
That's tough. There's no way around it. But at the same time, that's what separates teams that stay average from teams that take the next step. You need that edge. You need that willingness to make hard decisions. You need a front office that isn't afraid to move on if it means getting better.
And when you zoom out and look at everything that's happened over the last few days, that's exactly what you're seeing. A team with a clear vision, a team that knows what it wants to be, and more importantly, a team that is actively making moves to get there. 8 new players from the draft, immediate roster adjustments, veterans being challenged, roles being reshaped. This isn't random. This is a plan unfolding. And as fans, yeah, it's exciting. It really is, because you can see the direction. You can feel the urgency. You can tell that this organization believes it can compete at a high level again. But it's also a reminder that nothing in this league is guaranteed. Not a roster spot, not a starting job, not even a place for a veteran with a proven track record. Everything has to be earned, every single day. So as we head toward minicamp and eventually training camp, all eyes are going to be on these battles. Who steps up? Who takes advantage of the opportunity? And who ends up on the outside looking in?
Because those answers are coming sooner than we think. And you already know we're going to be here breaking all of it down. Every move, every update, every storyline that matters to this fan base.
So if you're not tapped in yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. It takes a second, but it really helps the channel grow and keeps this content coming your way.
This off-season is far from over, and if the last few days are any indication, we're just getting started.
Stay locked in. 12's up, let's ride.